Alright, I'm excited about today. We are going to be looking at the Dream 100, and we're going to be seeing how we can integrate what we have to offer, our training and services, to others in this session that we're able to look at. For those on Discord, they're not able to quite see the whiteboard, but I'm wondering who is able to take notes. Is Sister Tina, are you able to take notes?
I think I could be able to.
You think you can? Okay, that'd be great. If you just take notes on the Pioneer session, then we should be able to cover some good grounds.
Alright.
So, what we're looking at is, how do we do this? There is first of all, what is the Dream 100? Who would like to share? Just what you know about it.
The Dream 100?
Yes.
From what I know, it's a list of 100 people who we would ideally like to work with, or whose platform we want to use to reach their audience and work with them.
That's a great guess. Everything's correct, and I thought the same thing, but really, that 100, it is. Everything you said is correct. But it's actually not a Dream 100. We could have a Dream 1000.
Okay.
And that was a thing that I wasn't sure about at first. So we can and yes, it's a list of people that we want to collaborate with, or like unite our services or things that we have to offer and help each other out. So basically, we are in this phase where we're going to be collaborating with others to do some joint ventures to work with each other, and I'm trying to think. If you look on some of the stuff that, oh man, where do we start? Don't give me wisdom. Research and consume. Okay. Can I tell you guys a story?
Yeah.
It was very interesting. So this guy, I'm going to tell you the power of integration. Oh, you guys understand the value ladder, right? The value ladder goes up.
Up, up, and away.
Up, up, and away. So, in the value ladder, you have something that's like free or low ticket offer, and you have something that's a little bit more.
Rows and rows.
Yeah.
Rows on.
And so that's pretty much a concept.
Yeah.
But I learned a new way of looking at this in light of Dream 100. I heard a story about this guy. His name is Alex, and he has a fitness course. No. He has a online course for gym owners so that they can scale their gym and find like rapid success, which is very interesting. But his course, he doesn't have anything that is like low ticket. I'm actually gonna get rid of this.
This is really interesting right here.
This was fascinating.
Wow.
So his course, his lowest course is $16,000, and everyone who signs up for $16,000, as he gets the results and they appreciate, they enjoy that, then he ascends them through his value ladder and goes to $36,000 program. So he has a mid ticket and a high ticket, but he doesn't have anything in between. I mean, anything below. But you have to keep in mind, that sounds like a lot, but this is for starting a business. This is like a training for helping your gym
business
to
grow.
get from like 100,000 a year to like 3 million a year and beyond, or something like that. So, I mean, this is the secrets of like fast tracking a business.
Secret sauce.
So he has that course. But what he does is he needs to find like a low ticket item that he can attract people. And what Alex is doing, Alex is figuring out that he has, rather than going to try to, his customer, his target audience is gym owners. Rather than going and looking for a bunch of gym owners who would fit his description, what he does is he goes to companies that already serve gym owners and have the same ideal audience. So he's like, what does a gym owner need that every gym owner is going to go reach out to? Oh, what does a gym owner buy whenever they start up a new gym? Before they even get equipment, they get gym mats. So they get gym mats, and so he partners with a company that has gym mats, and he says, hey, I will affiliate with you with these services, and you everyone that you bring in, like every gym owner that you sell a mat to, just upsell them or introduce them to my offer of how they, like, you're starting a gym. Well, how would you like to scale that and hit the ground running? And then what happens is this mat company. This mat company starts actually earning more from the affiliate commissions than they are from their own mat. So the mats, it no longer becomes like the product. It's really just they could lower the price on the mat and compete with everyone else selling mats because they have a funnel, they have the back end, they have a value ladder that is really where they're able to be supported. So with the mat, they
What's that guy's name?
he's just a mat.
We'll call him Matt. I bet Matt was happy to meet Alex.
We can call him Matt. So Matt is able to lower the prices, and he's able to compete like crazy with the prices. So he is just like, and because of that, he's able to attract more customers. And so he is scaling like crazy. And all the other gym mat owners, they're like, how are you selling so cheap? What are you doing? We're selling the exact same mat. I know for a fact you're not making money on that, but you are selling so many mats, and we're struggling over here. If we did that, we'd go bankrupt. Like, what is going on? But they don't realize it's the value ladder. That's what allows it to happen. And
that's amazing.
This is the big aha that hit me, is that we don't have to be all those things. We can be a step in someone else's value ladder.
Yes.
Because a lot of ministries do not understand this concept, how they can ascend in engagement and how they could offer more to them, we can be a step for them. We can integrate with a ministry that fits, that it fits, and they could be a part of referring our online course and referring the Direction of God program. So that
we could be the Christians like Russell Brunson is to the businesses with ClickFunnels.
Yeah, in some ways, not exactly sure what you mean by that, but I think it's true.
Yeah.
So this was an interesting concept. That was one thing. I was trying to say another thing, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's we don't have to be. Oh. There's that, but there's also like there's follow-up problems that people have.
What do you mean?
That whenever people buy a product, there's always like other products. I mean, other problems that are associated with it that they now have that they didn't have before. Like for instance. I'd like to get a now that there's a new opportunity. With every new opportunity, there's a whole open ups a bunch of problems that could happen. So let's say he wants to be if he's going to be an Olympic skier, now he has to think, it's like, okay, now I got to figure out, I need a trainer who's going to train me for skiing. I need to figure out a meal plan. I need to have like some insider training on like the sleep schedule. I need to know the training. I need to know what mountains, that ski resorts that I need to go like train on, which ones will help prepare me. And so now there's a whole wide variety of other problems that now exist as a result of having that new opportunity of being an Olympic skier. And so it's basically what we have to do is we have to consider the offers of other ministries and seeing what are they missing, what follow-up problems exist because of what they have to offer, and how can we supply that. Does that make sense? Like, for instance,
Couldn't that be in somebody else's
value ladder? That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, for instance,
you said we have to do that. I
no,
was like,
we can fulfill their follow-up problem based on their new opportunity. We can.
So that's good, because then we could be somebody else's Dream 100.
Well, anyone who's our Dream 100, we are their Dream 100. Like,
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying okay, like the map, for instance, then they would need gym equipment, and so whoever is selling the gym equipment, if we did a referral to them and became an affiliate with them, we'd get cut for sending them over there to that person.
Yes, you've got it. You understand.
Yeah.
So an example might be like Spencer has a cookbook that he's doing a cookbook on recipes, but every recipe has a Bible study associated with it. And Herzl is helping him to create this book. I think it's an ebook. But what we could do is we could say, hey, we can provide follow-up training for your people, and you can refer them to our program, and with that referral, you will receive commissions for everyone who signs up to the program. So we supply that spiritual part, and he supplies the cooking, health, plant-based food part. And likewise, as people in our program need some plant-based food recommendations, we can send them over or something like that.
Yeah.
And
there'll always be somebody to refer them to.
Yeah, and more low-hanging fruit or low-ticket items. There's a man who has a massage therapy practice who I was talking to. He's a missionary-minded entrepreneur, and it's called Graceful Touch. Is the name of the ministry. He's been in internet marketing for 12 years, which is really interesting, and he wants to work together. He's currently publishing some books on Ephesians chapter 1, or Ephesians, the book of Ephesians. And so he's going to publish a series of those in Amazon Kindle, or Amazon Publishing, and he wants to integrate our training in with his book.
That's nice.
So that with that book, everyone who goes through and reads the book, they can be referred over to our program, and that creates this evergreen thing, because as he's paying ads, he's paying Amazon to get his book in front of more people.
Is he asking to use what we're doing to put in there, or is he asking to put the course in there?
No, he has his own book that he's writing, and he's putting an affiliate link that everybody who goes through his book and appreciates it, he's sending them over to our course.
Oh, I see.
So they could opt into what we have to offer. And every time they do that, he gets 50% commissions for every referral. So he's paying ads to the book, and everyone who reads the book gets at least an impression or gets referred to us, or prescribed, we're prescribed to them. So he builds up trust with the person reading, and then they just prescribe our course so that they can do that.
Who does that?
This guy's name is Guy.
Okay.
His name is Guy, but he has a business, a massage therapy practice, and so that's one thing that he's doing during this Corona, because social distancing, you can't really massage people. It's kind of hard. Yeah. So he's looking for other opportunities to create income, which he's doing it through publishing. That's what he plans on doing. But another thing, his Graceful Touch, he is seeking for creative ways to integrate what we have to offer with his massage practice. Whether on his website, I think he gets 10,000 views a month or a week or something like that. And he knows how to drive traffic to his website. And if we are able to have a prayer funnel that sends people over to our course, or just some sort of survey or something that he can find out from every person that he takes through the webpage, they can learn what we have to offer. It's another integration. Sends people some sort of like survey or something. And he was talking about, or I was realizing that basically the next thing that we have to do, we have to transition. We have to get the affiliate program up and running, and we need to create an affiliate funnel for Castle Vision, explain to people how it can help them, so they can go through that process. And we should create more videos that are like the Dream 100 video testimonies. Remember that we did with Amazing Facts?
What's that?
This was interesting with Amazing Facts. So, but he's really hard to get a hold of. He's a busy guy. How are we able to infiltrate that Dream 100? Yes?
Tracy wants to get on here and listen. How do I send him the link to do that?
thearmyofyouth.com/discord.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, Doug Batchelor's hard to reach out to. So how can we get an audience with Doug Batchelor and Amazing Facts so that they can integrate what we have to offer with what they have?
Well, you connected with somebody from the marketing team there.
Yeah, while I was in Las Vegas, I shared a hotel with the publishing director of Amazing Facts, and we really hit it off. So we became friends. I don't know Doug Batchelor, but I know someone who sees him on a daily basis.
What's with Discord?
Discord? Like sowing discord among the brethren.
Oh, okay. DISCORD?
Yeah. Discord, though. So what do? We record a video knowing that, we didn't ask Doug Batchelor to be on our show or interview him, but without interviewing him, we recorded a video about how his 28 study guides helped transform my life, and it had a big impact on my life and what Amazing Facts has done, and encouraging people to go check out those study guides. So what that did is, and then I sent it over to Brandon. And Brandon is the publishing director. So he saw that and he's like, okay, great, thank you. And he said, I sent it to everyone on the Amazing Facts team. Hopefully someone will use it or interview you so that you could be on the Amazing Facts feed or like published on something that they published. And then it was like, whoa, praise the Lord. And it was an encouragement to people. And then next thing I know, I get a phone call from Joe, who's the guy who's designated for grabbing testimonies and publishing it and curating testimonies of changed lives through Amazing Facts and posting it for wherever they post it at. And I was like, okay, cool. That's a blessing. So we're starting to get in, but that's a thing where when you have your Dream 100. They may be like here, and then they have like an inner circle, and they have like an outer circle, and there's just like larger things where the person in the center might have the most influence, and they might be like the Dream 100, but someone on the inner circle may be easier to get a hold of, and so we can actually reach the people when
we
they
get the
show up
one,
all around that individual, and it's just like we know all of them, but it's like the same thing with
The only
Narland.
person who don't know is the person we're after.
Yes, the Dream 100. Because it's like Narland Edwards, he's a director over at Red River, which used to be Thrive, and he's a busy guy, he's kind of hard to get a hold of. But I get to know really well Ezekiel and Victoria and Ramon, and they're working with him very often. So he hears about me. I didn't think he knew who I was, but then when I reached out to him, I was like, hey, I'm so-and-so, it's like, and I shared some people we have in common. He's like, yeah, I've heard a lot about you. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. But it's because of getting to know the people that surround him.
Right.
that made a lot of sense. He's a busy guy. But the same thing with Little Light Studios. We did the same thing, and this was powerful because Little Light Studios. Well, we already kind of knew them, and they know us. But I know getting a hold of the director of Little Light Studios, it's hard because they're so busy.
It's like trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah, it can be. And that's another example. It's like when people reach out to you, you're easier to get a hold of than I am. Or Kathy is easier to get a hold of than I am. So if people want to get to me, if they go through one of you two, it will be easier for people to reach out to me because I may not always be available. It's that same concept, and once we realize that's how it is for a lot of these people, it's powerful. Kathy was sharing that with Isogenics, you don't introduce the doctor, you speak to the secretary, because the secretary is the one that's doing all the phone calls and doing all the work and paperwork and actually doing the work. The doctor is really just, he's the person, and he's kind of like
he's the workhorse.
But well, no. What I'm saying is the secretary is a workhorse. The doctor is the doctor who's kind of doing his thing.
He's working. Right.
Yeah, he is working, but not the type of work that we need from them. And it's the secretary that's going to be doing a lot of the communications. But what I was saying about Little Light Studios, you know what our #1 most watched video on YouTube is?
Well, let me guess. Little Light Studios?
How'd you know?
Wow, good.
Yes. And so the director of Little Light Studios, probably get a hold of Mike Jennings. That brother is like so active on Facebook, and when I was there in person, we resonated.
Mike Jennings, he works there?
Yeah, he works there. Mike Jennings works like Comrun works here, and he's like behind the scenes, and he's just like pumping things out, and he's just getting things done and doing graphic. He like designs all their T-shirts and edits some videos, and he's like really close.
He's the go-to guy.
So, but like I see him, they work together. They've got like a desk of 4 computers, and Mike Jennings is like right there at the end, and he's just working alongside all of them. So he's easy to get a hold of, and we connected while we were there. And he's like I could see the glow in his face when I shared my testimony. He's like, I have the same testimony. We have so much in common. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So I asked him about his testimony. I watched it, and I gave him feedback, and then I shared with him my testimony that we just recorded about Little Light Studios, and then they were able to post that on their Facebook and on their YouTube. So those videos, like that got us 500 video views, and it got us to like 100 and I don't know, a bunch of it got us like 60 subscribers or something like that. There's a lot of people who subscribe from that. And you know, when I look back at it, as I look back, every single time that we saw big growth in Watch This God Ministries YouTube channel to get to 2,000, you know what happened?
Collaboration.
It was a collaboration, because when I first got started, it was Miss Lady Gracie.
Lady Grace?
She interviewed my testimony. 17-year-old boy gives his heart to Christ, something like that. And then and she had like, I don't know, like 1,000 subscribers at the time. And then there was Robert. Robert had like 6,000 subscribers, and he did like 2 or 3 or 4 collaborations with me.
We have to invite
and
Pastor
through that,
do we have to invite the pastor?
you invited him. He clicks the button, and he's there.
But does he go automatically into the army of youth? How does he know where to go?
He just has to go where there's people and click it.
Someone with the name Dean came in here.
Dean, yeah, Christopher Dean Langston Smith.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay, that's him.
You guys are funny.
We
So,
didn't know that. How are we supposed to know that?
well, he's got like 5 names.
I think he has more than that. He's got
So,
a T. Okay.
What does that T mean?
Tracy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Tracy.
correct.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Robert had 6,000 subscribers, and when he did a collaboration, that was when I was first getting started. That probably grew our subscribers to like, I don't know, like 500-ish, like something like. There was quite a bit of subscribers that came, like jump-started from there, and then. And that's how I got to meet like Michael. I met Piper. Remember the lady from Australia? I just met so many people through that collaboration, the Dream 100 with Robert. And another thing, and Robert's writing a book on how to study the Bible. That's interesting.
When's the last time you talked to him?
Well, he sent me a message today, this week,
nice.
but I didn't. It wasn't to me. It was a mass message to a bunch of people. But he was thinking about me, and. So that grew, and then I did this collaboration with, what was this guy's name? Tiger Dan 925. You know what happened? Tiger Dan. He was a influencer on YouTube. He had like 150 subscribers or something crazy like that. And he was coming from another denomination. And he, YouTube will tell you who's subscribed to you and who's your top subscriber. So I always noticed like, he was like the top subscriber. He had the most influence out of everyone who subscribed to my channel. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool that he's there. But one day, I did a video on the 2300 days. And he's like, brilliant! I love the teachings of this young lad. And that was his comment. And I was like, hey, he's like, hey, if you like this teachings, would you be interested in putting our channel as a follow, like other channels to follow list, like that we do? And I just figured, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna ask. Yeah, how not because he asked that. And he's like, better than that, I'd love to interview you. Would you be open to do an interview? And I was like, wow. I was like, sure. And I was like, okay. So then we got on his show, and he just like did rapid fire. He's like, is this in the Bible or is it not? Cleanliness is next to God. And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh. And then it's like, idleness is the devil's workshop. He's like, no, but it's like Ezekiel 16, and he was saying like the sin of Sodom was fullness of bread. And then he was asking different questions, and he would word things. It was just like a weird quiz, and I was getting them, and he was just like, hey guys, I've watched his videos, I really enjoy them, and I've been watching them for a while, and I highly recommend this. And it's Tiger Dan 925 because it's Daniel 925 about the 70-week prophecy, and that was the one that he really enjoyed. And he's like, can you explain Daniel 925 in like 60 seconds or less or something? And I was like, oh, like 60 seconds. I'm like, man. And because we just did like 2 hours on it last Sabbath here. And then so I was like, okay, this prophecy is the only prophecy in the Old Testament that explains a very year and season that the Messiah of the Old Testament would be predicted to come into play. And he's like, wow, very good. He's like, praise the Lord. Just like explained in under like 6 seconds, whatever it is. But he gave a call to action to subscribe to our YouTube channel and put our link in the video below. And you know what happened from that day? Like, I woke up and there was like 300 subscribers. And the next day there was like 200 subscribers. And the next day there was like 150 subscribers.
Wow.
And it was just like, it was trickling down, but it was just a spike from one collaboration.
Any one of those 300 on up is like, whoa, just to get 300 people.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's the power of the Dream 100.
Yeah.
So what we need to do in order to grow on whatever platform we want to grow on, if it's YouTube, we need to find YouTube influencers. Dream 100 for YouTube. And it's not just one list. It's a list of lists, because when we go to, if we want to grow on Facebook, we need to find people with a very engaged Facebook group, Facebook page, so that we can do that with them. So we can find where is our ideal students congregating? Where are they located? And how can we help them? You've got this funny look on your face.
I know, I got such a headache.
Oh man.
I don't know. It feels like there's like a mice stuck in my
Are you
head.
drinking water? Do you need peppermint?
I do. I have both of them right here.
You got both?
Yeah. It hurts really bad.
It's
My
not good.
eyes too.
But we need a Dream 100 for like Instagram, if we want to grow on Instagram. It's a shout out. Like what I realized is it's hard to get people on Instagram to follow us on Twitter. What I learned was if people are on that platform, it's because they like that platform. They're native to that. And Russell was telling this testimony of how he just started a podcast. He was trying to get the podcast to grow. So he would go on a YouTube collaboration. He'd be like, hey, go subscribe to the podcast. Or he'd go over to Facebook Live with one of his Dream 100. He's like, go subscribe to our podcast. And it was just like, there wasn't a lot of people. He's like, what is going on? And then he got on a podcast. And when he did a podcast guest interview, then he's like, hey, go subscribe to the podcast. And then it was like, it skyrocketed. He's like, what was going on? And he's like, oh, people who listen to podcasts. And when he started going on a bunch of podcasts, he's like, boom, 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 boom. And at the end, it's like, go check out the podcast that we have. Then it like grew exponentially. And that's when he realized that that's the way to grow that, rather than and that he didn't have to teach them how to download a podcast, and that people would actually refer them to each other. They not only like binge listened to the podcast, but they shared it with others, and they rated it and they reviewed it without him telling them to do any of that, because people who listen to podcasts understand podcasts. You didn't have to train your audience what is a podcast. And I was like, whoa, that's actually genius. That makes a lot of sense.
That's what all the platforms do, right? So if somebody's familiar with Facebook, then they'll know to share it and put it on their stories and stuff like that.
But if we're doing a Facebook interview, we should tell people to like our Facebook page.
Yeah.
If we're doing a YouTube collaboration, tell them to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's for the sake of people who don't know. But
which is the majority.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think a lot of people, it's like, how many people do we go to?
It's not about people who don't know about other platforms, it's about preference. Like, I know about Twitter, I know about Instagram.
No, I was talking about that. You were talking about people on podcasts. They automatically share and do their thing that all podcasters do, you know. And it's the same like on Facebook. People share and people like, and that's what they do on Facebook. And so the people on Facebook's likely to do that on Facebook, not go to Twitter or Pinterest or something like that. You know what I mean? I was just saying that. It's okay. Sorry to slow you down.
So what we need is a list of Facebook, Instagram, podcasts,
Twitter,
and
Twitter,
blog.
Do you have a pencil? Pencil.
Oh, we have YouTube. And something that's beneficial is with the affiliate program.
It's got it this right here.
Oh, this one.
You're saying that we can actually create a calendar and let influencers just schedule them, just like, hey, I'd like to interview you, I like what you do, I'd like to interview you to be on our show, and just choose a date that works for you, and then like every day or often, very often, you can interview them and have them, and then they could just shout out to their audience and say, hey, I was interviewed on this show, and go ahead and check it out. And so they're just driving more traffic to that location.
That's nice.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And we can give them an affiliate link so that they when we're interviewed on their show, they will be able to drive.
And that affiliate link makes a big difference too, because that changes the whole ball game.
Because now they have an invested interest in helping to get more eyeballs, more attention, more people to see that piece of content.
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation.
For everybody.
Trying to think. The first thing that we need to do is we need to find the platinum offer, and then Carmen, I could use your help to put fiddle around with the backpack. Backpack.
I know you told me last night. What was backpack? I know it's the program to keep track of the affiliate marketers. Why would I do that?
Why'd you do what?
Dink around with that. Isn't that like the back part of the?
I said camera.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were telling me.
Can you repeat that? My Wi-Fi didn't, was cutting out, so I didn't hear that.
No worries.
Common.
It is. I need Kamran's help to fiddle around with the backpack as soon as we get platinum. And I need Mom's help to find a platinum offer. Like, it all boils down to this. We need to find a platinum offer that is going to give us the biggest bang for our buck. It's going to help the most.
I'm sorry, I still didn't get it.
No, the backpack is a program that Enoch wants Kamran to dink around with to try to.
Backpack?
Yeah, it's called Backpack, and it's for the affiliate marketers to keep track of them. It's called Backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enoch's thinking, just in case you guys are wondering.
Oh, and another thing that we got to do is we should go through the Dream 100 course, and just what we're going to be doing is this. That's basically everything that I'm explaining to you comes from here. And this course, going through the book and the course, and we just need to, that's our playbook, that's our game plan, that's our battle plans, and we just need to implement what it's explaining in there. And it talks about how to find the Dream 100, how to create the list, how to develop a relationship with them, how to build the affiliate program that people want to get or want to be a part of, and how the script to actually share with them that would let them know that one, what we have to offer is going to actually bless and help their audience. It's their number one concern. And then two, that what we have to offer is financially worth their time and investment to be able to share with their audience too. So it's just basically the way that I see this moving forward. In order to get this done, is kind of going to be like somewhat like an all hands on deck, where we got to consider who do we know on our team that is able to help participate with some of these different pieces of the puzzle. And I think what we need to do is get a high level. Here, you can write this down, Tina. We need to get a high level project overview of the different things that we need to do, and then we can identify who are the people's skills and that would best fit the needs of the project. Whether it's me, Carmen, Mom, Tina, Diane, and Kathy.
I forgot to tell you something.
What's that?
So I was given this this program that helps you find influencers on your subject.
Well, that's cool. There's quite a few that I know of too. Oh, and can I give you another example of how we can integrate with people? So if what's his name? If Spencer has a program, we can give him a course on how preparing food, or we can give the metaphors of food is like studying the Bible, and then all the different ingredients of how to study the Bible through preparing bread or things like that. So that creates a bridge between his niche and our offer. So then they can go from his world to our world, and it's a smooth transition. So people like Red River Farm, who have a any ministry that has a health program, we can show them how we can do the connection of how to study health through the scriptures, and how the Bible has health principles, not just what the Bible says about health, but how to study health through the scriptures.
I didn't realize that's what you were saying last night.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's brilliant.
So then that creates that bridge between all their health programs.
You should be able to do that with anything.
We can do that with anything.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Oh yeah.
And so that we can integrate, we can create a bonus program for them, and at the end of that presentation, we'd say, hey, I would love to go into more detail about these things. If you like this, then I encourage you to come over, click this link, and find out more. You can step into our world, and we can share with you more. And that link would be an affiliate link for whatever course creator or person they would be blessed by. Cameron just yesterday, he was data mining, and he found a whole bunch of courses on what were they? Gardening. And then we can show how to study nature through the scriptures, how to study the Bible through nature. And we can do a course on that, and have, not a course, but a lesson, and have that as a bonus module within every farming, agriculture, online course that's within this niche. Then it's another bridge page to what we have to offer.
I know a person who never mind.
And another thing we could do is we can get these influencers in these different markets. And when you're looking at the blueprint, the big blueprint of what happens through publishing, medical missionary, evangelism, church, health restaurants, and gardening outposts, stuff like that, food industries. We can get different influencers in those subjects, and then just ask them how do you study the Bible through this avenue? How can you just connect? How can you connect your niche with the scriptures? They're going to know way better than ever I could. So just having that connection would be a really great opportunity to bring their people and have that bridge. It still fits with their audience. So that's the type of integration that we got to be thinking. How can we fit on someone's value ladder? Where would we be? We might be in the middle. We might be in the beginning. We might be able to fit someone on that.
That's nice.
Yeah. Are there any questions?
You guys could ask questions too on Discord. When are we going to get started on that then?
We're waiting on you to find a platinum offer.
All right.
And I'm going to be waiting on you to find a platinum offer.
Now what's platinum mean?
This. The platinum ClickFunnels?
Yeah. What does it mean? Oh, so we need to get that and listen to the directions or something, or?
No, we can't unlock Backpack without a platinum level account on ClickFunnels.
So you're waiting on me to get platinum?
An offer.
That's all.
An offer.
What do you mean an offer? What does that mean? That's the part I don't understand.
So platinum is $300 a month.
Right.
But an offer might sell it to us for $150 a month.
Oh yes, okay. All right, I gotcha.
So yeah, once we get that, so, like, hey, 12 months would be ideal. Like, that would be pretty cool. But if not, 6 months is fine. But hopefully, if it's a 6 months, it's something where the bonuses are things that we don't have that would be nice to, like, in addition to whatever. But when we unlock that, then we're gonna have Funnel Flicks, and Funnel Flicks is like a Netflix for understanding funnels and the strategy behind funnels. And so we'll have unlimited access to all of his like $1,000 courses, $2,000 courses, and they're all
It's
just
amazing.
accessible.
We already have it paid for too.
And he, and he can explain more about Dream 100 in there, and he does all the time.
Praise God.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I think what I will do is I will go through the course and try to get the high level of things that need to be done, and just kind of like put it all on Notion. That's what I gotta do. Put it all on Notion and see who's able to help with what. Well, if there's no more questions, then how about we close with a word of prayer. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for this opportunity we have to be able to open this next phase together and understanding a little bit more of why we're doing what we're doing, where we're going, what we're doing. I pray that you will give us wisdom beyond our natural abilities. We thank you for the opportunity we have to strengthen the hands of our brethren, to be with those who are laboring for your cause. Father, I pray that you will be with those who are sick and hurting among us. Be with Mom's headache. Give us wisdom to know what we can do to help, and be with Kathy's bruise as well. We pray that you'll bring back to our remembrance what we can do that helps with bruising. And I pray that you will open doors that need to be open and close doors that need to be closed. I pray you will teach us, you will guide us, you will help us, and lead us step by step. We want to be led by you and be with all those who will view this afterwards, that you will help us to understand things like never before. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you.
So we got to turn off the recording in the stream.
Thanks for coming.
Those are good examples.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that makes sense?
Way back. Yeah.